Okay. Hello, Patrick Longstreth, Jazimine, and Chad Faries. Tell people why you think they'll like your documentary Iron Family.
Well, I live in Michigan, and I do these plays for every summer. And that's when my brother come up for the production, and he helped me with it. And of course, um, we also have a director, Pat, and his wife, Anne. We all came together with this. Um, Came up together with this great um, play, and we decided thought that we could do something more mainstream for everybody could see, and it's really exciting and it's really wonderful.
Well put, Jazmine. Yeah, Jazmine's been doing this play with her family and Chad and the community for, well, 5 seasons, so 5 years until I came along. And as Jazmine said, we wanted to make it more mainstream. So we decided to film it and turn it into a documentary. And I thought maybe it would just be a short documentary, but after meeting Jazmine, I realized there was a lot more to capture and a much bigger story there. And so my wife and I filmed for a whole week on our first trip, and got a lot of interviews and learned all about the history of the town of Iron River. And then we made several trips back over the course of the next year, and just followed up with Jazmine, captured more of Jazmine and Chad's relationship. And after another year of editing after that, we came up with a 90-minute film, and we're very excited to show it to people. And we think it's a great message for 2022 about bringing family together to celebrate differences and to create art and put aside any kind of troubles we've had and just have fun for a little while. Chad, you got anything to add to that?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it does do that because, clearly, so I lived the documentary, I'm part of the Iron Family. And when I think about the people who came together that you meet, that make everything happen, there are a lot of differences, and a lot of them, frankly, are political differences. And if we were to talk about such things, in the presence of them, probably the play might not be successful. And so we all put those things aside and make it not about us, but about Jazmine and, supporting her vision and everything. And we all laugh together. And so it is sort of magical in that respect. And, it is a model for people to get along, I think. Pat had mentioned before in another conversation that, maybe that's what people need to do, is get together and create some art, do some community theater, or just do something together and learn from one another that way, rather than trying to convince them to believe the same way that they believe.
What do you want the audience to take away from this experience, ideally?
I don't know, Jazmine, what do you think? What do you want people to take away with?
The only thing I what people would take away with is I don't know what to say about that, but I have to say, if I had to say something I need to take away, I think it's the ability to not to analyze it and just come forward and see the point of view of my character and all the other characters that come with it, and have fun with it. And I think maybe, just maybe, it will help you realize how you understand the world through Jazmine Carrington, and that would be a much better way to do that. but when I cry over spilt milk, but it's a very touching way.
Well, so Jazmine Carrington, by the way, is Jazime Faries' alternate character within the play that Jazmine wrote.
Yeah.
And so Jazmine, you're saying that you want people to see the world from Jazmine Carrington's perspective, but I also hope that our audience sees the world from Jazime Faries' perspective, and so that they see the challenges that you go through creating this artwork and this creative production that you've dreamed up.
Yeah, that's what I was like saying. Combine a character to them fairies, because it's like one and the same kind of way.
Yeah, I mean, I think the takeaway, that I want people to have is, the ability for people like who seemingly might not have, like, I think if you saw these characters separately in the film, you might not think that they would have the ability to pull something like this together. And they do, there's sort of strength in numbers and so on. And so I guess that would be the takeaway, is that, even, people who are, I think people, as somebody who's suffered, addiction and stuff like that in the past, there's function and dysfunction. That's what I always like to, people always talk about, I come from a dysfunctional family or something like that, but, maybe that's not the best term, because those families do function and they have their own ways of functioning, and there's, still, joy in those families and heartbreak and all of that other stuff. So I would like people to see the abilities that those kind of family systems have, and how they maybe do such things in really unique ways. Yeah. What do you think about that, Jazz?
That kind of love and I think, it's the same thing too, like that, like you said, it's like love, loss, heartbreak, or finding love. Yeah, I think that would be like a perfect sentiment right there. I like that.
Nice. Sort of similar question. Would you say there's a discernible lesson or lessons in the documentary?
Oh God, I think it is acceptance to you have to I think first the main thing that I learned from all these self-help books, but one is acceptance to everything. You have to accept what's going to happen, what's not going to happen. You have to learn to accept it, and then with that acceptance, you can have anything that, well, not anything, but to answer to all our problems, and everything, and love, and be there for each other, lean on other support, and call if you need any trouble, whatever, you have to come to that person. And I think that is the best lesson that we have in this film as well. And I think I am learning that to myself, and I'm doing really well I'm doing really well at it, and I accept my whole family as a cookie dysfunctional thing, but I love them, that's my family.
Well said, Jazmine. Yeah, I would add to that also that what Jazmine's taught me through the course of making this film, and I hope audiences will see, is just that Jazmine's able to make the best of what's around, especially in a small town where there are only a couple thousand people in town, but Jazmine has managed to turn herself into a small town celebrity and create this wonderful dream of hers on with very small, with not many resources, and with a pretty small but tight-knit group of people. And so I think that's a fun lesson and inspiration for anyone to come away with.
Thank you.
Okay. Are you guys excited to be included in the Slam Dance Film Festival?
Yes.
Woo! Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, the whole virtual thing was kind of a bummer at first, but I think we're living in a world where you have to accept such things. And so we're happy to be.
Chad, as Jazmine says.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it
Yeah.
puts us on equal playing field with everybody else. We all have the same time slot now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fun. That's good stuff. And going back to the local story of all this, I'm assuming you guys shot before COVID, and I'm wondering are there going to be plays? Have there been plays during COVID? How has COVID thrown a wrench into all that?
Wow. Well, I did season 7 already, and it's already up in the air. COVID had a huge effect on this production, and I sorry for the gallery.
She's getting some coaching from mom in the background.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay.
We see it again. We had some minor mishaps during COVID, and we had to wait for like a year. So we decided not to do a play right away until the summer. So I think maybe in midsummer we will bring it back up again for season 7 and more seasons to come.
And
Yeah.
Jazmine,
Yeah,
what
so
else?
she has.
Yeah, go ahead, Chad.
Oh, well, I was just going to reiterate that. Yeah, she's completed season 7, so she's ready to go. We haven't been able to have a production.
Completed writing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's what all I said before.
But we have had something else in lieu of a season 7, Jazmine.
Yeah.
We started your podcast.
We did a thank you. Yes, a podcast. It's called Jazmine Fairy Tales Incorporated. And I do all scary movies and talk about pop culture, and I beat I had these other competitions with all my celebrity guests, and it's really fun. And one I did with my brother, with an episode called Mcconaughey episode. The other one, part 2, I think I could go on and on about these episodes, but let's just say that it's really good and funny, and you should tune in. And it's on the website called ironfamilyfilm.com.
That's right.
So I see it down there, and along with the film, you can buy it buy the film for $10 to see it, and also you could go on iTunes or Spotify to watch my podcast. And if not, you can just listen to it too. It's really fun. You can go on YouTube or whatever it is. So yeah, it's down on the website. I told Pat and Chad that we could do some polls and games, but that could be whole next year for that, but not yet.
Oh yeah, Jazmine has big ideas for our social media presence. We're still working on all that.
Yes.
Jazmine, what's your favorite movie with Matthew McConaughey in it?
Oh my God, my favorite. Oh God, Magic Mike.
I wonder why.
McConaughey. Yes, he, let's just say that he takes you for a magic ride. Yeah, he
That's
does.
great. All right. Patrick, how did you get introduced to the family?
Oh,
Question.
God.
So I knew Chad from here in Savannah, Georgia. We were friends and kind of in the same creative circles around town. And he knew that I was a filmmaker and that I'd made some short films and some short documentaries. And he was looking for somebody to just go up there and film. He didn't, he wasn't asking me to make a feature film necessarily, but he just thought that if somebody could get up there and film it, we would capture something interesting. And as I said before, my wife and I went up there with the intention of filming for 2 or 3 days and having a short film. And we ended up filming for 7 days, and then realizing that, we had the chance to make a feature film. And so then we decided to take multiple trips back to Iron River, and we took a drone photographer friend of mine who got some really beautiful shots of the whole area. And we incorporated Jazmine and Chad into some of our drone photography to kind of integrate them into the story that way. And so, yeah, it just kind of grew organically, I guess, into this feature project, to the point where now we have all this footage that I couldn't fit into the 90-minute cut. And so that's just the challenge for any documentary filmmaker. You got to decide how to trim it down. But Jazmine and Chad and Kate and Greg, this family is just a bottomless supply of entertainment. I mean, they're constantly cracking jokes and telling stories and getting themselves into these entertaining situations. And so it was really just a challenge to decide when to turn the camera off.
And how long ultimately was the shoot?
I guess in the end we had like 25 different shoot days.
Wow.
In Savannah and Iron River, and in Milwaukee we filmed a short scene with Greg while he's writing the play with Jazmine on a video call. And so yeah, we really tried to capture it from a lot of different angles. And in Marquette, we filmed in Marquette, obviously, which is where Jazmine was born and where Chad went to high school. So we kind of get a broader picture of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan as well.
And I think we did another side up in Crystal Falls too, as well.
That's right. That's right. A neighboring town to Iron River, where your Aunt Faith lives, over in Crystal Falls. Yeah.
Okay. And what was the toughest thing to cut out?
Ooh, good question. Well, there was a scene where I got a tattoo on my butt with Chad and Jazmine, and we all got a tattoo for Jazmine's play. Jazmine, what's the name of your play again? Jazmine's showing you her tattoo.
I think it's right here. It's hold on, it's right here on my arm, right here.
Here it is.
There it is.
Life, double life.
Yeah,
And so that's the name of Jazmine's play. And Chad got it there. And I won't show you my tattoo, but
no.
I didn't. I don't have any tattoos. So Jazmine and Chad convinced me to get one, and we filmed it, and it was really entertaining. And Chad really wanted me to keep my part in the film, but I didn't want to overshadow my stars, so we're going to keep it for the deleted scenes on the DVD.
Well,
Yeah.
by the
And
way.
there was also some really great dialogue with my mom because Jazmine, so some of the men felt uncomfortable about the D life because they weren't sure what the D could represent to someone else who doesn't know about double life. And so my mom was very frank with Jazmine about what that D could possibly stand for. And it was just a really funny exchange. And even planning the tattoos was quite fun too. And I really tried to convince my mom and Greg
to get one.
Our dad, her father figure, to get tattoos, and they wouldn't do it.
No,
and I was pretty
asking this, but they were what's the right word? No, not chicken. Sissy.
They were too sissy.
I think we left that line in. I think I say something like, "You two are really disappointing as parents. You won't even get tattoos for your daughter or something." I think that's in there, Pat. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because mom always like cries when it hurts. So yeah.
All right, well, guys, thank you so much for your time. I wish you lots of luck at the Slam Dance Film Festival. Before I let you go, tell me when that DVD is going to come out.
The DVD. Well, gosh, it might be a while. I would say right now we're just looking forward to Slam Dance from January 27th to February 6th. People can watch our movie for $10, and you can actually watch all the movies in the Slam Dance Festival for $10, which is incredible. And so after that, we should be having some other festival screenings and special screenings around the Midwest, and then we hope to get distribution after that, and then
it might be Floyd.
and you'll probably have to go to Jazmine's play to get your physical copy of the DVD. So
Yeah.
Sounds like a fair trade. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day.
okay,
Okay,
thank you, Michael. Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Michael.